This is Lou Dobbs Tonight. News, debate, and opinion for Tuesday, December 4th. Live from New York, Lou Dobbs.
President Bush today pounded congressional Democrats for not approving spending bills and funding for the conduct of the war. The president also warned the Democratic leadership in Congress that he holds the veto pen and will use it. Jessica Yellin has our report from Capitol Hill.
So listen, and you might wonder, where is the love?
The last 7 years, the president is stubborn and unwilling to work with us on anything.
The Democrats in Congress, in the House and the Senate, need to work out their differences before they come to the White House.
What does he have to show for his presidency? He's the president of the United States, already talking about his library. What is he going to have in the library? A tax cut for the wealthiest people in the country at the expense of the middle class, and a war without end?
There's always partisanship in Washington, but some observers say it hasn't been this bad since the nation's leaders resolved their differences with duels. Jason Grumet runs a group dedicated to breaking the partisan stalemate in Washington.
Both parties have an agenda to not let the other accomplish anything. We've become, I think, convinced that the way to win elections is to stop the party in charge from getting anything done, and that's different.
For example, 11 spending bills are stalled in Congress and have been for months. The president says they cost too much, and he's threatening to veto most of them. The Democrats say they fund important priorities. The current disagreement, 2% of the total package, and neither side will compromise. On children's health insurance, the farm bill, the energy bill, and the terrorist surveillance bill, either the Democrats and the president refuse to negotiate, or Republicans and Democrats can't come to terms, and they're setting records for obstruction and delay. But maybe the politicians aren't the only ones to blame.
The media also plays a role in this process. There's not a lot of coverage for members of Congress who come together and strike thoughtful agreements. There's a lot of coverage when people shout at each other.
And that might be a fair point, Lou, I have to say. But I also think that if Congress did get some of these bills done before they go home, they get plenty of media coverage for that, too. Lou?
Well, Jessica, let me say to the gentleman, he couldn't be more wrong. The fact of the matter is these two political parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, are led by, frankly, nincompoops who have seemingly no understanding of the requirements of leadership, nor the needs and the requirements of the American people. I don't know who they're representing or who they would say they're representing this week, but the reality is they're not representing the American people in nearly all legislative initiatives.
Well, they know that their poll numbers reflect that most Americans feel disappointed, gravely disappointed in their work. And there is a sense of urgency here, I will say, for these folks to get something significant done before they go home. They know their voters expect it of them.
The voters may expect it. I don't think, however, Jessica, that there would be a great debate in this country about whether this leadership, Democratic and Republican in Washington, is capable of great things. Jessica, thank you very much. Jessica Yellin from Capitol Hill.